how do I create more content in less time? How do I create more content consistently, more consistently? How do I increase the output of my content, right? So let's talk about 5 points that will help you create more content in less time, and that will help you make the whole process smoother for yourself. So let's start with the first point. Schedule time in your calendar to create content. And when you do that, do some deep work. If you haven't read the book Deep Work, go to Google, search the summary of the book Deep Work. Essentially, the point about this deep work is you cut out all the distractions and you create a rhythm of doing the same kind of work regularly. So for example, maybe every day you create content, you start writing your post at 9 a.m, or every Mondays and Thursdays you write a blog post. So creating a rhythm, being focused when you create content. Okay. And a secondary point, that a very relevant point in addition to this deep work, is actually focusing on the process. Okay, that helps a lot in deep work. So that's the second point, focusing on process. So my process of creating content is, I have 3 stages. Stage 1 is I ideate the content. Stage 2 is I produce the content. I write or I record what I'm doing right now. And the third point is I edit and publish. Some people make it a 4-step thing where they edit separately and distribute or publish separately. So to support this, what we need to be doing is, so let's take an example of what I'm doing right now. I have somewhere to go. In the next 3 days, I'll be traveling, and I'm doing this 30 videos, 30 days challenge. And I did not want to skip a couple of days. I was like, you know what, let me just create some videos and publish, schedule them in advance. So what I'm doing right now is I ideated like these 3 videos in a row. I sat down, I think 2 3 hours ago, and I wrote down bullet points. So this video is like this whole page, and I create bullet points and I simply speak, go on Google Meet and record. So I did the ideation, all 3 videos, and what I'm doing right now is I'm literally recording all of them together. So one video at a time. That's it. It's taking a little bit of time, and I'm like rushing the process because I'm creating so much content in this next couple of days. But you can create batch content. You can create ideas at some point, and you can separately write or record yourself and edit and publish at a different time. For this to be even smoother, the third relevant point to this is it really helps if you have written down some ideas already. So what I usually do is almost every day or every other day, I pick out my notebook and I start writing content ideas. Or whenever I get a content idea, when I'm in market, when I'm, I don't know, showering, something like that, I usually write that down in my notes on my mobile app. So pick out whatever works for you. Create a list of ideas. Where can you capture those ideas, those content ideas? And to help you out here, I'm gonna give you like 2 3 4 uh, ideas about the content you can create if you're a coach. So starting with, simply do a post about FAQs, the questions that you usually get. For example, when I started as a life coach, a lot of people would ask me, what is life coaching? How can a life coach help me? So what I did, I created a 3 4 minute YouTube video about it. It was the most viewed video when I started my YouTube channel. Create content in that way. Talk about the questions your clients ask you. I'm not very consistent with my habits. What can I do to be consistent? Or I want so many things to happen. I feel overwhelmed. I feel anxious. Answer those queries in your content. That's one idea. Another idea is share your journey, share your lesson, your experiences, your before and after transformations. What has made you who you are today? Be more vulnerable openly in public through your content. Another idea is talk about your program, your services, your coaching, your the client results that you have created. Talk about why you do certain things certain ways in your business. Okay, so these are some general content ideas. And the more you start creating content, the more you start writing ideas about content in a rhythm, the more you will see that you're going to get more and more ideas every day. And there are two relevant topics. One is read the blog post. James Altucher wrote it, How to Become an Idea Machine. So Google it, Idea Machine, James Altucher. Um, Second is why I mentioned about capturing ideas. So I don't know if you can see this. Just towards this side of the painting, there is a book, Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. It's about creativity. Love that book. If you have time, please read it. So she mentions that ideas come and go, ideas travel. It travels from one person to the other. And if you can, please act on an idea as soon as you can. If it's a low stake idea, okay. So if it's something about a post you want to create, write it down, capture that idea, put it out on your paper. Or if you're in market, maybe make notes in your mobile app. Okay. So the fourth point is start recreating, repurposing, reposting your content. What happens is you keep getting more connections, more followers over the time, regardless of what platform you use. And most people don't even remember what you posted like 6 months ago, right? So every 2, 3 months, 4 months, see what were the best posts you have created. What were the posts that resonated the most with the audience, posts with most engagement, comments, likes, and republish them. Maybe make a few edits if you want to. Do you remember the favorite song we have, like at the moment? What's your most favorite song? Can you tell me how many times have you heard that song? Have you, like, how many times have you listened to that song? It's not once, right? So people would want to receive more and more and more reminders of what they really need. If they loved reading something, they might love reading that again after some time. Okay, so republish, repost, repurpose your content a little bit more every 2, 3, 4 months. Make sure you republish your best performing posts. And number 5, go to create a Google document and write down your strategy. What do you want to achieve with your content? What are you trying to achieve? What's your process, and what's going to be your strategy? How many times a week you want to post? What kind of posts you want to post? What would be the format? Do you want to create text post? You want to create image only, carousels? You want videos, live sessions? What is it that you want? In what frequency? What kind of hashtags will you use? All the other different things. What that will do for you is it will help you get clarity and a very focused approach in creating content. So one biggest way of creating content faster is by becoming focused, right? And how to become focused? By actually writing down on paper what is it that you're trying to do. Not paper, that was a metaphorical way of saying it. Maybe paper, or maybe on a Google Doc. What is it that you're trying to do with your content? Why do you want to create it in a certain way? Why do you want to create more videos than text posts? And if you want to create videos, how many times a week? How many times a week do you want to post on LinkedIn? What kind of values do you want to propose through your content? Okay. And let me summarize all these 5 points. Number 1, schedule time in your calendar plus do some deep work. Number 2, focus on the process. Ideate, step 1. Step 2, ideate, write, record, publish. Ideate, uh, produce is a better word. Ideate, produce. And third is edit and publish. Ideate, produce, edit and publish, edit and distribute. The third point is collect ideas, write ideas every day. Whenever you get an idea, write it down. Look for ideas. Be more open, be more receptive about getting ideas, receiving ideas. Fourth point, repurpose, republish, repost every second, third month. Okay. And last one, fifth point, create a strategy document for yourself. What are you going to do? What are you trying to achieve? What values do you want to show up in the world as? What would be the frequency? What would be the post types? What would be the content types? Be as specific as you can and keep improving along the way. I've created another video on how to create content in a better way, how to be fully present when you're creating content. And I'll be putting that link in the description. Watch that video. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.